Yeah, I could do this all day.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're making one of my all-time favorite breakfast dishes, the ultimate breakfast burrito with an Arizona twist. It's loaded with seasoned beef, pork and sausage, crispy potatoes, fluffy eggs with some green chilies, and fresh Pico de Gallo, all wrapped up in a warm flour tortilla. This is a great way to start off your day right, so let's dive right in. First, we're starting with the meat. I found what I had in the freezer, which was an inexpensive cut of beef, some pork chops, and some pork breakfast sausage. About a pound of each. I cut up the beef and then the pork chops in approximately 1/2 inch cubes. I heated up a large skillet over medium-high heat and added a little over a tablespoon of olive oil. Then add the sausage and a half a white onion to the minced meat. I'll give this sausage and onion mix a head start cooking so the onions can cook through. To this I add a 1/4 cup of beef broth, and to that I'll add the pork chops and the beef. I'll give it a little seasoning with salt and pepper. The spices I'm using in my burrito mix is a tablespoon of cumin, 2 teaspoons of oregano, and 2 teaspoons of garlic powder. I'll add that to my meat mix along with a can of diced green chilies. I'll allow this mixture to simmer in the pan for about 8 to 10 more minutes. As soon as she's cooked, I'll set it aside. Now let's make some fresh Pico de Gallo to add that bright, zesty flavor. It's super easy, and all we'll need are 4 ripe Roma tomatoes, and we'll dice those up, half of a white onion, finely chopped, a handful of cilantro, which we'll roughly chop. I don't add a whole lot of cilantro. It does have a wonderful flavor, but it can be overwhelming to some people. So I just add enough to give it that really fresh, kind of citrusy taste. I'll take 1 jalapeno, take out the seeds and the ribs, and chop it up very finely, and I'll do the same with a couple of serrano peppers. Be careful when you're handling these peppers that you don't rub your eyes or pick your nose. I rubbed my forehead briefly and ended up with a red rash for most of the day. We'll use the juice of 1 lime. This will give that citrusy flavor that we're looking for, and it also helps blend the flavors of these vegetables together. And to this we'll just add a pinch of salt and pepper, and I'll put it in a bowl in the refrigerator, or you can do it a cooler if you're doing this at a campsite. Next up, we're cubing and frying a potato for that perfect crispy bite in our burrito. Peel and dice 1 medium-sized russet potato into small cubes. Heat some oil in a pan over medium heat and add your potato cubes. Fry them for about 8 to 10 minutes, stirring occasionally. I leave the lid on at first to let it steam and to soften those potatoes a bit quicker, and then I'll take the lid off so they'll brown up, and then I'll season the potatoes with some salt, pepper, and some garlic powder. Once they're done, remove them from the pan and set aside. Next up are the eggs. I'm using 3 eggs here. You can adjust how many eggs you use depending on how many burritos you're going to make. I'll be making 2 burritos. So I crack my eggs into a bowl and whisk them up. And don't forget that secret ingredient that we'll put in here in a minute, and those are the green chilies. They'll bring a subtle amount of heat and tons of flavor. So I cook the eggs in a lightly buttered pan over medium-low heat, gently scrambling them until they're soft and fluffy. And then I season them with salt and pepper. I'll cook the eggs to the point that they're not too firm and not too soft. Kind of what I call the Goldilocks scramble. Just right to complement the texture of the burrito. Notice how these notoriously sticky eggs are not sticking to my cast iron. check out my video titled The Definitive Guide to Cast Iron Cooking and Care, so you too can make your cast iron practically non-stick. Now for the tortilla. I'm not at all a fan of store-bought tortillas. They have their place, but fresh, homemade are so much better. There is an alternative for you if you're in a hurry at a campsite or in any situation where ease of cooking and time are issues. I found some raw flour tortillas at the grocery store. When cooked, it's hard to distinguish the flavor and the texture between those that I make at home. So I'll put these on the flat griddle and I'll let them toast a little bit. You can tell when they're cooking, they're kind of transparent, not transparent, but translucent before they cook. And as you can see in the video, they turn white and start to bubble up. And you get some light char marks, which really, to me, adds a lot of flavor to these tortillas. All right, everything's cooked and we're ready to go. Let's assemble these burritos. I'll start with a spoonful of this delicious meat. The spices in this meat just really set this burrito way above what you'd buy down at the gas station or at the grocery store. Next come the eggs with those wonderful green chilies in them. And then a couple spoonfuls of our fried potatoes. And on top of that, we'll put some grated Kojak cheese. And last but not least, that Pico de Gallo. I'll try and get this little fat thing rolled up, and then we are ready to eat. Everything we've done here can be cooked ahead of time. I would just hold off on cooking that tortilla until you are ready to eat. It sure makes a difference with that tortilla being hot, fresh, and not soggy.
Well, let's see how we did. Fat little hippos. Just the right amount of green chili, right amount of heat. Our Pico de Gallo is so good. Potatoes are crisp but soft, and that meat is perfect. Give this a try. It's hearty. It'll fill you up. It's great for the campsite or in your kitchen at home. Either way, the breakfast burrito, you can't beat it, Arizona style.
I sure hope you enjoyed this recipe. If you try it out, let me know how it turned out in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a new recipe. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.